Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Des and you're watching episode 2 of Tiny Tummy Tips. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about something that I feel like I owe my entire weight loss journey to, and that is portion control. There are a few things that I have done along my journey from the very start that have helped me stick to my portions, everything that was recommended to me by my surgeon. So as you know, when you do have bariatric surgery, first you're starting out with liquids and then semi-liquids and soft foods, and then you work your way back up just like a little baby tummy. So with that, you also have to get very used to small portions. So you're on 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, 4 ounce, 5 ounce. I had gastric bypass, so my ounces did start at 1 and 2. I know with the sleeve, sometimes you start at 4 or 5. So this video is gonna be obviously different for whatever surgery you are getting or got, but I just wanna share what has worked for me, and you can definitely implement this in your own routine no matter what surgery you have, or even if you haven't had surgery. Portion control is just a really good thing to practice and learn. So the first thing I recommend is getting small meal prep containers. The one tricky thing that took a lot of getting used to after I had my weight loss surgery was the idea that something so small was gonna fill me up. It's kind of like a mind game. You know, you look at a small amount of food and you think in your head, like, there's no way that's gonna fill me up. It's literally this big. And then you have all this space like around your food on a plate, and you just feel like your portion is so little. But when you have things like a smaller plate, a smaller bowl, smaller containers, and it's more full looking, kind of helps give yourself like a little mind trick, and it is very helpful. So the containers that I have are actually from the dollar store and the 99-cent store. And these saved me. I don't eat this small of portions anymore now that I am like 2.5 years out, but I've saved them because I feel like I just owe everything to them. So I got these from the dollar store as well as these, and I still always see these ones. Most people would buy these containers and use them for something like crafts or ranch or salsa when they're packing their to-go lunches. I used these as my actual meal prep containers. So in the very beginning of my weight loss journey, I was very much on the go, going from work to school, from work to school, and I always wanted to pack and be prepared. And having these little meal prep containers really saved me. There was lunch, and then there was dinner. These are 2-ounce containers. They are labeled on the bottom, they say 2 ounces. So I would fill them up with whatever meal I was eating, like my ground turkey that had some vegetables in it. And if I was having something like Mexican seasoned ground turkey and I wanted like taco lettuce wraps, then I would get a smaller container like this and fill it with my salsa or my guacamole, whatever my sides were. And I would just pack them together in my little lunch box. And then maybe like in a little Ziploc baggie, I would put a couple lettuce, and then I would just pour everything on the lettuce, put my little guacamole and salsa on there, and that was my meal prep. The best part about that is that with these containers, I always knew I was sticking to my limits and not allowing myself to overeat, because as you know, with most bariatric patients, unfortunately, a lot of people cannot stick to the portions. And because I did this religiously for like a year, maybe a year and a half, I always ate out of these containers. It really helped me stay on track, and I feel like I just owe everything to my ability and my discipline to remain portion controlled all the time. So go ahead, pick up some mini containers. I think I've even seen these exact ones on Amazon. You could probably find smaller ones. Sorry, I'm gonna grab something really quick. Now that I am about 2.5 years out, my meals look like something like this size. I found these little glass meal prep containers at Target. I even got them on sale, a 3-pack for $3, and I love them. They are like the size of my palm, basically, and my meals do look about 4 to 5 ounces usually, and most of that is my protein, whatever chicken, ground turkey, fish that I'm eating. I don't really do a lot of red meat. It doesn't sit well in my stomach since I've had surgery, and that's okay. But yeah, these are my meal prep containers. Invest in good meal prep containers that are going to allow you to stay on track with whatever size meals your surgeon recommends for you. Something like this is probably perfect for someone who has the sleeve because you have a little bit more space right after surgery. So get some good meal prep containers. The next thing I would recommend in order to stay on track with your portion controls is, instead of using big plates for all of your meals, go ahead and invest in some smaller plates. You can see that these are different in size, not by a ton, but like I mentioned earlier, when you're looking down at your plate full of food and you see a lot of extra space, you're gonna feel like that's not gonna be filling for you, and this will just kind of help with the little mental aspect of it. It just helps. Don't ask me why. Try it out. Give it a try, and let me know what you think. the very last recommendation I would have for you to help kind of keep your meals a little slow, because when you are eating something only 2 ounces big or 4 or 5 ounces big, you go through this really fast. You can be sitting at a table with your friends and your family and you're already done with your meal by the time everyone's only maybe halfway through, and then you're like, well, I'm done, I'm full, and it's kind of awkward. So something that has helped me is also investing in smaller sized utensils. Now, I got these on Amazon and I just love having smaller utensils because it kind of helps me slow things down. It reminds me as I'm eating to not eat too fast and eat too slow. Something that happens to us after bariatric surgery, if we eat too fast, sometimes it can make us feel really sick, and you just need to like really listen to your body as you're eating. A lot of people don't understand like, how much should I be eating after, how much should I be eating after I have bariatric surgery? Honestly, always listen to your body. Eat slow. Try not to exceed whatever portions your surgeon is recommending to you. If you are eating and you still feel hungry, give it 20 minutes and then take a couple sips of water. But having smaller utensils, smaller plates, and the right size meal preps will definitely help you take things slow and enjoy your meals and the right portions properly. And like I said, that has been a huge part of my journey. I'm so glad that I've been disciplined enough in order to just stay on track with the right size meals and always measuring things out. If you don't have a food scale, sorry, this is the last thing I recommend, I promise. If you don't have a food scale, you don't even need to have all these containers. You can easily get yourself a really good food scale. And let me show you a little demonstration. So now it's at 0, whatever food you end up having. If you want to make sure you're gonna have 2 ounces of your yogurt or whatever meal you're having, just pour it on here and keep on pouring until it says 2. Perfect. And this is exactly how you can stay on track even, when you're wanting to have a snack or your meals. Take that extra step, weigh out your food, pack your meals in this right size containers, and you should be able to stay on track so much easier. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Tiny Tummy Tips. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you guys would like to see on this series. I want to be able to share as much as possible the things that have helped me along my journey so you guys could be successful and live your best lives.